Like death, suffering is the result of sin. Since the day Adam committed that first transgression against God, sin has plagued the human race, this world, and the universe. We learn from Romans 8:22 that creation groans, yet eagerly awaits for the day when Christ will make all things new. Christ has made redemption a reality by his death on the cross and through the power of his resurrection. Because of what Christ was able to accomplish, we look to the blessed hope when Christ will make all things new. In this hope of Christ, we have help in the time of our need. This help comes before his throne of mercy and grace. This gives us the courage to offer our lives to him as a living and pleasing sacrifice. In Romans 12:1 and 2, we read, "Therefore I urge you, brethren, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies a living and holy sacrifice, acceptable to God, which is your spiritual service of worship. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect." Our worship to Christ is our spiritual service to him daily. It's walking in a manner worthy of the calling with which you have been called. It's denying ourselves, picking up our cross, and following after Christ. It's drawing near to Christ with a sincere heart in full assurance of faith. It's knowing that if God is for us, who can be against us? Our service to Christ daily, then, is our witness by faith of him. It's in the midst of our suffering that we testify with our spirit that we are in fact children of God, heirs with Christ, thereby glorifying Christ in the midst of fiery trials. John Bunyan, a preacher from the 1670s, knew what it meant to glorify Christ through his suffering, yet also knew the blessed assurance that if God was with him, who could be against him? Bunyan rested in the assurance knowing that, in his own words, "If ever I would suffer rightly, I must first pass a sentence of death upon everything that can be properly called a thing of this life, even to reckon myself, my wife, my children, my health, my enjoyment, and all as dead to me, and myself as dead to them." The second was to live upon God that is invisible. As Paul said in another place, "The way not to faint is to look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal." The blessed assurance we have is that we are in Christ, and Christ is in us. We are sealed and pledged by him. So, we can live our lives as an offering to the Lord because we have this blessed assurance in him.